you guys. I'm a gym owner, decade, did that, and the gym allowed me to do this commercial real estate thing was the headline, and that allowed me to, quote unquote, retire from owning a gym. And the thing that doesn't get any of the airtime is that when I did that, I went full-time into a job. I no longer had a business. You guys have businesses. Right now, the business is operating. It's doing something. If I'm not working, I'm not making any money. I have a job, and I wanted that. It's what I chose for my life at that point in time. The thing that had to happen is I had to be incredibly productive and efficient with my time. So Brandon and I, I don't know, however many months ago, we go out and get dinner and beers, and we're talking about this, and what do you want these guys to take away from that? And if I could, right now, I'd say this is probably the most productive, time-efficient version of myself that I've ever been. And if I would have had this when I owned my gym, I think about what we could have done. So my goal today is to kind of talk to you guys about being productive, which I think is such a stupid buzzword, and we can talk about that today. But also just really dialing in specifically into when you own a gym and you got 2 small fires, 1 big fire, you got a kid to pick up from school, you also want to get a fucking workout and have time to shower, eat, and shit. How do you get it all done? So that's my goal for today. The goal is to make this really interactive. Handing out some sheets here, and we'll be talking about it. But let's do some operational definitions, some baseline stuff. Who would like to take a stab at just defining however you define productivity? What does that mean to you? John. There we go. How would you define productivity?
I just think making the most efficient use of your time, honestly.
Okay. Anyone else have add on that? Anything different?
Yielding results driven work in a certain amount of time?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, most of us, if you put it in, you're going to end up getting to, so basic equation, outputs per unit of time. The hard thing with productivity, though, is if you tell your GM, I need you to go ahead and do X by Tuesday, you can measure that. But there are things that you guys do, especially as owners, that are not measurable, right? Like coming here. Is this a productive use of your time? How would you measure that? You're going to spend 3 days here. What are you tangibly going to do or accomplish or walk away with? So there's tangible and intangible kind of things. And productivity, in my opinion, it could be either or. There's also burnout. So if you're going to be productive, you're eventually going to hit this. So, Adam, how would you define burnout? Has anyone here experienced burnout, owning a gym? The fucking liars. Raise your hand. Adam, how would you define burnout?
Getting to the point of just not caring.
Not caring?
Not caring.
Yeah. That's a bad part of burnout. Yeah. Anyone else? So, okay.
Becoming apathetic about your job.
Yeah. It's not a place you want to be. Not at all. So I always looked at burnout as it was this consistent work without whatever I was trying to accomplish happening. Because there's a part of the job, I'll be honest, my favorite part of owning a gym was that hour in the evening, members are coming and going. I just got to go out there and shake hands, kiss babies, talk to people. That was my favorite, be the mayor. That was my favorite part. I don't care if I had to clean a toilet. That was my favorite. You could not burn me out of that part of the job. But if I did that all the time and I was not getting the end result, money, hiring a GM, success, however you measure that, you eventually run into burnout. And generally we see this with frequency and fulfillment in the gym space. So someone tell me the part of their job they love the most. So I just said it's walking around. My coaches are coaching. I get to walk around, talk to the members, and just schmooze. That was my favorite part. Someone give me their favorite part of owning a gym. Those little things. Those, and it's okay to say that. It was really hard, really weird that it was that hard to get that out of you guys. What's the thing you like about being a gym owner, the tangible thing in the day? And it doesn't, again, the big picture stuff is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But on a day-to-day, if you don't have that part that you're looking forward to, we make fun of 9-to-5ers. They're all fucking looking at 5 o'clock, ready to punch out. That's their favorite part of the day. But for mine, it was that one section of the day. I look forward to that all day. Whatever that is for you. And for some people, it's first thing in the morning. There was a period where I loved coming in the morning. I wasn't coaching. I would show up with coffees, and I would just hang out with the members when they got done with my 6 a.m. class. Talk shit. That was my favorite part. Like, whatever that is, make sure you can identify it and do it often. Because you are going to have to clean the toilet. You are going to have to fire somebody. You're going to have to do the shit that's not that fun. So make sure you identify the thing of the day that you love doing more than anything. That, like, even though the world, everything's on fire around you in the business, like, this is still not that bad of a gig that you've created for yourself. Time blocking. Anyone do this? Calendar, Google Calendar? Sean? Cool. So how would you define time blocking, Sean?
I have certain things that I do at certain times of the day pretty consistently.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. Essentially making a date with one desired outcome and just fucking showing up and getting it done, right? Now, this image just sucked. This is what Google found, but this is not, I don't think this is a good version of time blocking. Does anyone do this? Like, besides Sean, does anyone else like time block their Google Calendar? If I looked at it, like, yep, okay. I do that. I don't do lists. I just do this in my calendar. Essentially, I put a verb, create, make, this, that, whatever the verb is, plus the desired outcome, and then a set amount of time. That's how long I'm gonna work on it. Whether it gets done or not, doesn't matter. That's it, and then it's on to the next thing. Real simple, time blocking. Cal Newport, deep work, like those kind of like, subject matter experts. That's kind of the idea here. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit today. And then distractions. What are those?
Your phone.
Yeah. Tangibly, it's your phone. And a big picture, what is the distraction?
Non-productive.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately anything that isn't the work. Like, if you're just like, I'm gonna sit down and create the schedule for the holiday season. Maybe you have a reduced schedule during the holiday season, coaches are traveling, whatever, I'm gonna sit down and do that. And your aunt calls. Fuck your aunt, all right? She can call back, you can call back later. That's a distraction. A member walks in and wants to talk to you about what they did on the weekend. That's a distraction. A coach texts you and he's upset because the other coach did something, that's a distraction. Anything that isn't the work is a distraction. I'm not saying you can avoid them. I'm not saying they can go away. I have no solution for distractions. Distractions are going to happen. It's whether or not you then shift the priority to the distraction. How many times you're like, I'm sitting down, I'm working on this, and you get a text message because some drama or something with a coach or a member, X, Y, or Z, or the accountant wants to know about why this isn't categorized right in the PO, and then you shift your attention to that. Like, oh my God, I was working on it, but then you shifted your own priority and focus. So distractions happen. That's never gonna not happen. It's up to you whether you allow it in to detract you from what you're doing. Kid gets sick, I get it. That's probably a priority for you. Coach wants to talk about some gripe they have with a member. That could be a Tuesday conversation. That does not need to happen right now. So distractions are simply this filter of what you allow to detract you from the work that needs to get done from whatever you sat down to do at that time. Now, the biggest thing I find in my time in working with gym owners is the idea of, do we understand what needs to get done? Do we have a clear way to identify clear goals and objectives? So does anyone have for Q4 a very clear objective for October, November, and December, the rest of the year? Does anyone have like something they're trying to accomplish by the end of the year? Get the fuck out of here. You guys are kidding me. Yeah, okay, Landon.
Well.
Yeah, so,
Nice.
yep, yeah. Landon's looking to open more locations. He wants to get it done by the end of the year. Who else?
Hire a new coach.
Hire a new coach? Hell yeah. Who else?
Sales goal. We hit 125 by the end of the year.
125 members?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Who else?
We're trying to replace our training floor,
Replace your training floor?
physical floor.
Like structurally the floor? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so the big thing with doing this is, again, it's odd that there wasn't more participation. The biggest thing when you're setting a goal or any objective, what problem are we trying to solve? Landon's trying to scale. He wants to open more locations. He has clients that he is growing up from South End and they're moving into the burbs and having kids and a dog, and he wants to continue to be able to capture that and make Charlotte with a giant flag of MADabolic in it. That's the problem he's trying to solve, okay? Who said hire a coach? What problem are you solving by hiring the coach?
My capacity being low.
Fuck yeah, I want to do less. That's cool. What's up with your floor? Why does it suck?
It's 11 years old and it's ugly.
Okay, so we're just aesthetically and functionally, yeah, okay, fair enough. What problem are we trying to solve? There's a lot of times if you get an email from a manager or a coach text you and they want to talk about something and you're like, that doesn't, I don't really know, what are we talking about here? You guys ever get like, what's the thing like, a meeting that should have been an email? That's like the cliche thing. What problem are we trying to solve? There's oftentimes, and again, a lot of them unfortunately come from things like this, these think tanks, these conferences. You listen to a podcast and you have this great fucking idea, so now you have a meeting about it, all right? What problem are we trying to solve? If it's not actually going to solve a problem, then why are we discussing it? Now, it could just be because we have free time. My guess is you guys don't have a lot of that. It could just be because you have tons of bandwidth and you can take on extra projects. My guess is that's probably not the thing. So what problem are we trying to solve? And then what is the proposed solution? So when you're sitting there and you're thinking of productivity, what is productivity? Getting X amount of work done in a certain amount of time. The work that we're doing, sometimes it's fluff. And owning a gym it's hard because owning a gym, there's a lot of like that fluff work that has to happen. But there is a lot of meaningful, impactful work that you have to do. You have to sit down, you have to talk to your team. You have to come up with a strategy. Right, you have to come up with things. You need to sit down and propose. So let's do this. Anybody have a client acquisition problem, lead generation problem? That's something that they would like, that they have a focus on.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see, that's participation. Let's do that. Fuckers. What's the problem you're trying to solve by more leads? Why do you want more leads?
So you can convert them into members.
Okay,
Increase revenue and profitability.
great,
There you go.
cool. So what's the proposed solution to that? So how will you do that?
More marketing.
What?
More marketing.
More marketing.
We are thinking of hiring a salesperson, dedicated salesperson.
Hiring a dedicated salesperson.
I was gonna go a little bit more broader, just what is that, creating that marketing funnel, or what does that funnel look like, you know?
Okay, so what's like our overall
Yeah,
kind of
what's
strategy?
the process?
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
more leads?
The biggest thing is when we do these proposed solutions, we come up with one. We generally do multiple. So the number one thing I find in a small business owner that detracts from productivity is one singular problem, multiple solutions. You can't do multiple solutions. You don't have the resources. Raise your hand here, who has a dedicated sales manager that's all they do? Raise your hand here, you have a dedicated marketing, lead generation, landing page, pixel making person that's all they do. We just don't have the resources, guys. It's just like, it's a fucking team of like 5 of us, right? It's a gym. So coming up, we have one problem, and when you come up with multiple solutions to it, I get it. There's different ways of getting it done. Don't do that. Do one at a time. Anyone here have a science or like a biology or any kind of like formal science background? Like when you do an experiment, you test one thing at a time. Did it work? Yeah, take it off. So you test your proposed solution, and by doing that, it also allows you to singularly focus your day. Say, hey, next 90 days, we want to get more leads. So who said spend more money? Let's say that was the solution. We spend 1,000, let's spend 2. Do it for 90 days. Only do that. Don't do 2 and do 6 fucking farmers markets and triple your organic reach and do X, Y, or Z. Do one proposed solution. And if it worked, great. If it didn't, go back to step 2. Next one up, because you had multiple solutions to the problem. This is, if I had to boil it down to what I think makes a small business owner or anyone less productive, trying to solve problems in inefficient ways. And the most inefficient thing I see constantly is trying to run multiple solutions at a singular problem. That's it. Who's been doing this for 10 years? Right? So you guys, most of you signed 10-year leases, right? You're not fucking going anywhere. slow down. Like you don't, like when you're like, oh my God, this quarter sucked, I gotta solve this problem right now. No. Like take your time and actually find a viable solution to the problem. It might take you a quarter. And we'll talk about that, but it's one of the things I think I changed that really, I think helped me in productivity is changing time horizons. Like, who here's had a bad month, like retention just sucked, and that stressed them out? It's like, oh, you had a bad month? You have a 120-month lease? You had a bad month out of 100, like, it's just like when you zoom out of it, it's like that's okay. It's okay to have a bad month, that's fine. Now if you have a bad quarter, all right, let's have a conversation about it. But changing the time horizon and how you view this stuff too, because if you want to make a fucking crisis every week that you have cancellations, or every month that a trainer quit, like you are in for a rough gig that doesn't have to feel that rough. Like it's the ship is going to ebb and flow. And when you change the time horizon, like, yeah, this quarter sucked. Guess what? What's great about having a shitty quarter? What is great about having a shitty quarter?
There's 3 more.
There's fucking 3 more. That's what's great about having a shitty quarter. You have you guys have what's the bullshit halftime pitch for when they go and interview the coach at halftime? It's the Browns and they're always losing. They're like, don't worry, we're coming back in football. We still have a whole lot of football to play. You guys still have a whole lot of blank. I don't care what it is. So it's like also just changing how you view things. Like, oh my God, coach quit. Dude, do you know how many coaches are gonna fucking quit in the time that you do this? Do you know how many months you're gonna have of net membership maybe be negative potentially? It's going to happen. And when you stop having these giant red flags on things, they stop becoming a priority. How many of you guys have forced the meeting on a Monday, the first of the month, because the previous month had something happen? Shit retention, bad sales, this happened, blah, and you're like, nope, we gotta have a meeting about it. We're talking about it now. And you zoom out, look back on it. It's like, yeah, that's also just kind of the ebbs and flows of business, but I made it this huge priority at the time. When really, there should be some kind of capital priority of the business that we move towards. Will people quit? Will members cancel? Will sales ebb and flow? Sure. But keeping your eye on the prize of understanding that this is like a long game and that you guys, I've been doing it, this is the 3rd one of these I've done. I feel like every conversation I have, it's kind of a similar conversation. Things are good and sometimes they're not good, but things are great and then sometimes they're not so great. It's just this kind of constant thing. But yeah, so again, going back to this, our paid ads are not doing enough. We need to get more, blah, blah, blah. And you could ask yourself, hey, are they general leads? Yes. How many? 15 a month. How many do you need based on your show and closing percentage? Knowing you got to know your sales closing. I need 30 based on what percentage we close at. Cool. So that is a proposed solution. Increase the money. Just do that one. All right? Now, are there others? Sure. There's I can come up with a dozen different proposed solutions to fix that one problem. Do one at a time. If you try to juggle multiples of these, you will fail. It's just resources based. We don't have it. Okay. I want to do this little exercise. I want to make this very tactful. Been solved before. Anything that you have going on in your business has been solved before, either within the same industry, business, or adjacent. It's not unique. There are very few problems. There are an abundance of solutions. When you start, so I look at myself as a professional problem solver, what I do with consulting. When you start looking at what boils down, someone has a problem and they want this thing solved, the number one thing I can go to generally 9.5 times out of 10, it's just a shitty allocation of their own resources, which is time. 86,400 seconds in a day, and it's not being allocated towards that key to solve that one problem. They say, this is my biggest problem. And then when we look at it, how they're actually spending the day, well, yeah, no, that would be my problem too if I spent 12% of my day on it. So here's what I want to do. Before you guys sit down, I'm going to walk you guys through that sheet. I just want to break this down. So this actually worked out well because you guys used retain and attract and convert. I sold this from Mike Michalowicz, author of like Profit First and The Pumpkin Plan and Clockwork, bunch of good small business books. Your gym essentially has 5 functions. You have to attract, market, you have to convert, sales, you have to deliver, service, class. You have to collect. You have to collect efficiency from your systems and productivity from your employees. Then you got to retain, connect. Pretty simple. If you can do these 5 things, your gym is going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. All right? So, which function of your business is the top priority for the last 3 months of this quarter? Zach. Attract. Talk to me more. Give me something tangible from that. So attract, top level, bring it down for me. What do you want to attract? How many more leads? How many leads do you get now in an average month?
60.
60. How many more do you want?
At least 25.
25 more?
Yeah.
Okay. Can someone else give me like a distilled version down of something that they want to accomplish in Q4?
Convert, I think our lead flow is fine converting after the trial. The last quarter, the focus was actually getting them into the trial and showing up. That's worked.
What's your show percentage?
It's bumped up to probably 50, 60 right now.
And then closing is
30.
not high enough.
Not good enough.
Okay. That's great though. He's narrowed his funnel down. Lead flow's good. CRMing, right? Lead nurture, getting them to show up. That's the first sale that has to happen. They have to walk in the door. That's the number one first sale you have to focus on every fucking time. Getting them to come on site. No one has ever bought your fucking membership on the website. You're not an e-commerce brand. They got to walk in the fucking door. So he knows, I get them in the door, but I'm having a hard time closing, which is unique. That's generally not the game in gyms. Once they get in the door, we generally all boast high closing percentages once they get there. Everyone else is like, my lead flow sucks. I just need more people in the door and I'll knock them down. Does that sound more similar for everybody else? Raise your hand if you have a closing issue. Raise your hand. Sales is your problem. Raise your hand if leads, bodies in the door is your problem. Yeah. Okay. So that's generally how that works out. Who else? Okay. Let's take it away from marketing and sales. Who else has a tangible goal for Q4?
Improve retention.
To what?
Get it from 7 down to 4.
Okay. Cool. Shave off 3 points. I love it.
Mine is more marketing related.
That's fine. Go for it.
So our goal is to get to, we're at 76 Google reviews, we want to get to 150.
Hell yeah. Cool. I like that. What else? It's a problem that there's not enough answers to this fucking question. It's a huge problem. It's you got to sit with that for a second. If you haven't volunteered because you're just shy, and I know you're not shy because you are a MADabolic franchisee, you should have a clear something you want to accomplish over the next 90 fucking days before you finish out the year. And the fact that it's not at the tip of your tongue and you're not excited to talk about it is a fucking problem. All right, let's take a look at this. So it's pretty simple, right? I want you guys to go ahead using this very simple key. You have to sleep, all right? Besides last night, all of us have to sleep, okay? You have personal shit. You've got kids, you've got social events, you have hobbies, you like to work out, you have to shower, you have to eat, and you have to work. I want you to just take a second, fill this out, whether it's a half hour, 15 minutes, up and down. And this is just an average day. Pick an average work day, not a weekend. Pick an average work day and take a second and fill this out. What does the day look like? When they do that, they're really thorough. Like they're really thorough. So when you're doing a time audit like this, again, don't have it like, I guess I wake up. Like, no, just like be very specific and be honest with yourself. Yeah, I say I go to the gym, I'm gonna work out for an hour, but I like to fuck off for an extra 45 minutes, so it's an hour 45. Like, be honest with it. Because I'm a big fan of like the P, the personal, build your work around that. I'm a huge fan of that. I truly do. Your kids thing, the thing you wanna do, all of that. I always, I think of owning a business, like everyone's driving down the street, and you see woman, guy, whatever, walking a dog, but the dog's dragging them on the leash. And I always want to roll down the window and be like, who's walking who, bitch? But I always saw that with my business. I built you. I created you from nothing. I will walk you. You will not walk me. I am going to create the life I want and the schedule I want and the family time I want and the personal time I want and all that. And the business will conform to it. The P is the most important one. If you neglect that aspect and the sleep, you will hit that burnout. This job will not be fun. Nothing will be fun. There's no sense in working as hard as you do as a small business owner to not be able to do what it is you wanted. Otherwise, all of you could go find 9-to-5 jobs today. So what I want to do next is out of the work hours, remember we go back to this? Out of the work hours, what is getting the most amount of your time within the work? So again, deliver would be like you coaching a class directly. Attract is anything marketing based. Selling is obviously selling, CRM, that kind of thing, lead nurture. Collecting would be, sitting there with your spreadsheets and your systems or meeting with the staff, HR, hiring and firing, training people, and then connect, retention efforts. So looking at the hours you work, what is the thing that you spend the most time on?
Lead management.
Okay, so yours would be attract. Okay.
And I'm a quickly like it's I feel like attract also goes along with this time I spend with their community, trying to develop relationships.
Is that organic?
Get more.
Sure.
I agree. One second. What are
Deliver? Who said that? Go. Okay. So if we were to go ahead and I had you then go ahead and do this kind of aspirational, like whatever your current day is, if you just had it your way, you were God, what would the day look like? If you got to pick your perfect day, you had a staff to do X, you had someone to do Y, you could wake up when you wanted and do what you wanted, run your business, because my guess is nobody here, if I gave them the option to be God, they wouldn't be in the gym. Like, nah, I'd just be on an island somewhere. Then you shouldn't own a gym and just give it to someone who wants it, right? Like, what does your perfect work day look like? And we hit it every now and then accidentally. We have a day like, fuck, today was great. I wish every day was like that. I got in a workout, took my kid to school, did this, did that. It was just, it was like, it flowed perfectly. What does that day look like?
sheet? Yeah, I'm about or she's 8 hours.
Okay, nice. Like a nice even 30 split, yeah.
It happens. It's awesome.
Why does it happen? Why is it such a chance happening?
I don't that much of chance happening. It just I'll get too involved in work with distractions, and then that will take it away from personality.
So Adam's got like this nice 33.3% split across all three of those. Does anyone have like an idea like what in their head is like their ideal day for work? Sean?
Are you asking this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I time block, so I have a really fucking tight window. It's from 10 a.m. to 2:30.
Yeah.
And that's the only fucking time I work.
Yeah. And what do you do? What happens at 2:31 p.m.?
I drive to get my gyms.
Okay. What happens before 10 a.m.?
Person.
Okay. Does anyone else have this? Anyone else have like an idea in their head what their perfect day is? Well, can you just share?
You think 8 hours, 8 hours.
Okay.
For 8 hours first.
And let's have something different. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, my work would be like 5 hours.
Okay.
That gymnast.
Yeah. Again, no right or wrong answer at all.
45 wasn't over.
So going back to what you did here, the current time allocation, raise your hand if the number one thing in work-wise you do is attract. The number one thing you spend your most hours on is attracting. Raise your hand if it's attract. Higher, full elbow extension. Thank you. Convert. If the number one thing you spend your time on is selling memberships, raise your hand. Okay. If the number one thing you spend your actual hours on is coaching or delivering the service, raise your hand. Okay. Collecting the systems in HR, if that's the number one thing you spend your time on, raise your hand. Connecting, doing retention efforts. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Earlier, we were talking about like what's a big problem for everybody, and it was client acquisition, leads, and all that. And when I asked what are you spending the most time on, that's really funny. It doesn't always line up. And if you do an audit like this, you just actually think about it. You don't need whatever me up here telling you, but you're like, I really need more members in attract, but it's only the thing I spend the second or third most time on. Well, that sounds like a problem that's not going to get solved. Unless you found extra hours in the day that I don't know of. You have to prioritize one fucking thing. Going back to like the time horizon thing, when I switch over like to the full-time consulting after the gym, I had to be so diligent with time. I had to come up with one sole focus for like every day, every week. Like, what is the thing I want to accomplish this week? Because it was just me. I don't have a GM anymore. I don't have an assistant GM anymore. I don't have anybody. And you have a team, and delegation is key. But if you guys are sitting here and you're like, in Q4, the thing I want more than anything is the retention, the Google reviews, the whatever it is, it has to align with where you spend the time. And if it doesn't, you're full of fucking shit. You're just talking, I want to get this done. Cool. You're like that member who's like, I want to do this, but they don't fucking show up 4 days a week. It's real simple. You just have to dedicate the time to it. It's not a hard thing. I'm not up here preaching anything that's mind-blowing. If you want something done, you have to do it. And if you just say like something like this is just meant to be like, yeah, I'm kind of full of shit. I really said I want to grow the membership, but I'm also training for a marathon. Pick your heart. Right? Pick the thing that you want more than anything. Right now you want to train for the marathon? Go for it. Cool. But then don't tell me you also, the number one thing you want is I want membership at this level. Just pick one, and it's okay to fucking pick the marathon. I'm not saying that's the bad move. But don't sit there and tell everybody and plan and think about the business in the sense of something you are claiming you want to achieve, but you're not dedicating the time to do it. All right. Don't be a twat. All right. So I have this thing I said earlier, my number one problem the number one source of the problem is that people talk about problems they want to solve, but they don't actually solve them. And it's like what I call the work. Like, to solve a problem, there is just very clear, easy work that needs to get done. So they talk about work, but they avoid the actual work. Who here, let's do this. Who here thinks they could do a better job getting out in the community? Organic events. Okay. Why? Like, why do you think you could, like, why is that something you haven't done yet? Do you not know where the community is? Do you not know how to go outside?
For me, I feel like because I feel like I get distracted, I hop from task to task. The business just usually get pushed back and back and back and back.
Would going out in the community potentially create more brand awareness, which would hopefully create more lead acquisition, which would hopefully create an opportunity to create more sales and add more members into the gym?
Yeah.
What are you getting distracted by?
I feel like emails come in, calls come in.
An email. Tell me about these emails.
I mean, it could be a member complaining about something.
Oh my God, the member complained about something? That's crazy. Dude, guys, stop it. What did they complain about?
I mean, someone got locked out.
Fucking gee, are you kidding me? Just stop it immediately. Do not do that farmer's market. Do not go to Lululemon and do a shop and sip. Do not go to the microbrewery. Stop everything because a member got locked. Wait, you fuckers have that on the door. Stop wasting your fucking time. It's stupid shit like that. It truly is. Emails, member complaints, these things, they don't really have a sense of urgency. They're not a thing. We create one. You want to know why? Because you really don't enjoy going out into the community and going and walking into Lululemon and trying to talk to somebody about setting up a table or going to the farmer's market. It just, in your brain, it's not something you enjoy doing, which is why you don't want to do it. I get it. Like, it's not easy to do things we genuinely want to do. Does anyone here want to pick up a fucking list of old members or leads that came in and didn't buy or what and call them? Nobody wants to do that. Maybe who said they hired someone recently? You guys hired that guy. Fucking loves it. But besides him, that's not something people readily love to do. But you didn't. I mean, but again, if you want to have that perfect day and do things, there is the work, the shit work that just has to get done by you or someone else. So if it's like I don't really want to do it, that's fine. You can either do it with your time or you can pay someone monies to do it. It just has to get done though. But to sit here and be like, man, yeah, we need to get out in the community more. It's right there. The door's right there. Like you literally just have to go out right there. It's not hard. Like it's a thing that you have to solve, right? It's not some Newtonian fucking equation. You just have to go out there. Why is it not getting done? It's just not doing the fucking work. It was got kids. All right, so if you got kids, I got an 8-year-old. I said I did consulting earlier. I don't really. I'm fucking Uber. I'm daddy Uber. That's what I do. I drive around my kid constantly to whatever the fuck it is that she has signed up for or play dates. She has 26 kids in her class. Each of these fuckers have a birthday, and I got to go to those goddamn things. I don't want to do it. It's like put my ass in the car. It gets done. Anyone who has kids just knows like doing the work when it comes to the kid. You just fucking do it. But then when it comes to the business, it's like, yeah, I'll get out. Lululemon said they'd be down to do something, but I got busy because, a client sent me an email because they had a hangnail and I didn't get around to it. It just, but anyway, the parent thing, that was another thing. Having a kid was like, the thing was like, oh, this is the work. The work is just the thing that needs to get done. And it's only the work that matters is the stuff that nobody sees, in my opinion. I truly believe this. The only work that matters is the shit that's not fun to do. You guys, anything you can put on the gram, it's fucking awesome. It's fun. Coaching, events, fucking boats, fucking, whatever John does and social events and this conference and I'm here and I'm learning things. And yeah, you're not filming yourself doing a fucking P&L or sending stuff to the CPA or having a meeting with a coach who has an attitude problem. It's the work that nobody sees. It's the most important, all right? I'm a big fan of I call it RGAs. So when I do these audits with clients, I'm like, yeah, so everything you listed that you do in your day, none of it is in a revenue generating activity. And I have this argument with people. I always win. Coaching's not deliver is not a revenue generating activity, not directly. Connect, retention, that is not a direct revenue generating activity. There is actually only one direct revenue generating activity, that's selling. Who got into the industry because they love to sell? None of us. And maybe. And it's crazy because it's the only one that actually moves a viable fucking needle. Guess what? I don't know what they told you on Discovery Day, but guys, the only thing that lets you win is selling. That's it. Your incredible product on the floor indirectly helps. Connecting with the members indirectly helps. But the only thing that actually directly does that is selling. And it's the thing that you picked all of them, that list I had earlier. It's the one nobody wants to do. Or it's the least favorable one, which is incredibly comical looking at it in retrospect. All right, so the work is the hundreds, if not thousands of instances of effort to create a significantly lower number of desired outcomes. All right, I came up with that all myself this morning. Okay. Your client experience is a result of hundreds, if not thousands of things. Picking up the paper that's on the floor, doing the thing in the bathroom, sending the text because you saw her husband got a promotion. Congrats. That is the work. It's the we talked about yesterday, the small little things, death by 1,000 paper cuts, okay? That is the work. And when we talk about productivity and what needs to get done, these are the robbers of productivity, all right? Has anyone here been guilty? I have too. You listen to a Gary Vaynerchuk fucking podcast, and now you want to have a meeting on Monday with everybody because you got some great fucking idea. You went to a conference, went to this. Now you have a meeting with everybody on Monday because you have some cool fucking idea you want to do. Anyone else do that? Or is it just me? I'm the only one fucking guilty of that. You guys are fucking liars. Okay? Optimize his tools and workflows before doing the actual work. Yeah, I know I need to be posting more on social, so I've got the spreadsheet set up, and I set up the scheduler, and I've got all. Just fucking post on social. Shut the fuck up. Just fucking do the work. Don't optimize workflows for work you have not done yet, right? Creating work that doesn't solve a problem. Hey guys, we're gonna start a ruck club. Why?
Confound criminals.
So again, we need something. Everyone's doing run clubs. I want to create something, but I don't want to jump in line with everybody else. I want to create a member-based activity that is external of our four walls. I want to invite people in, potentially create lead acquisition. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of got a little fat, so I'm looking to just exercise with my members and do that. That would solve the problem. That's a great reason to start Ruck Club. Okay. But creating work that doesn't solve a problem, we're going to do we're going to switch member management software. Creating work that doesn't solve a problem is, I believe, what most of us end up doing. We take on tasks and do things when we look at it. And when I say a problem, think about it in that priority of Q4. What's the number one thing I want to solve in Q4? Shiny objects, always a good new idea, podcast meeting. So some real quick hacks. I told it to this group yesterday. Does everyone here have their own? Did you convert to one Instagram? Does everyone have their own? Okay. So on your business Instagram, unfollow everything that is not a member. I don't care, former or current, or a business you want to fuck with locally. Don't follow GoRuck. They're not local either. Follow the coffee shop down the street. All right. So Isaac and Deuce, they were my two full-time employees, and I would tell them, "Are you on Instagram?" Like, what do you mean? Like, get on fucking Instagram right now, like before class. Like, I want you scrolling. I want them on our business Instagram. Why? Because it only follows the members. Guess what members do? They post shit, just like you do. Guess what they post? Things that are happening in their life, just like you do. Guess what that allowed my team to do? Oh, fuck. Carol's, her family's actually coming into town this weekend. Email her, say, I heard your family's coming into town. Would they like to come in for a workout? It's on us. Send that fucking email. Oh, shit. John, looks like he's dating a new chick. Cool. Email John. Hey, man. Creepily saw your new hot girlfriend. Bring her into the gym. Saw Tim fucking pass his MCAT. Congrats. Like, your Instagram, your business Instagram should be just this quick Rolodex of what the fuck your members are doing and are important to them. Because I don't know about you guys, most people don't post things on Instagram that are not relatively important to them. It's a kid, it's an accomplishment, it's an event, it's something they did, they're proud of, or want to share. That is the best source of, like, when we talk about going back to last year's unreasonable hospitality. You message me and you see a photo of my daughter with her electric guitar, and you're like, dude, Stu, I didn't know your daughter played guitar. That's awesome, man. Did you know so-and-so's playing at the blah, blah, blah this weekend? You should take your daughter. She'd love them. Even if I don't take my daughter, the fact that you even knew that about my life and you said that to me before I walked onto the training floor, that's what the Ritz-Carlton would do. That's that level of unreasonable level of hospitality. But what do you need to be unreasonably hospitable? You need information. You need to know shit. One of my favorite stories when Brandon did that last year, and I went down this, after that conference, I went through this this deep rabbit hole of his work. The family is a husband and wife that their flight to Barbados got canceled. So they called the hotel, or they made a reservation, and the wife was really pissy, and she booked the reservation, and our flight got canceled. She's just real pissed and just made this reservation. They and they brought in the sand and put it down at the table. They made like Mai Tais and little cocktail drinks with little fucking umbrellas. And that's like what this restaurant was known for, is going above and beyond. But they couldn't do it without information. The information's right there. It's literally on Instagram. You're dicking off watching other stupid shit. During the day, commit to this. For 1 week, try this. 1 week, do not access your personal Instagram during work hours. Those hours that were work, do not access your personal. Only access your business after you've filtered it out, and you only follow members, past and present, and local businesses. You see the local coffee shop just added a new pumpkin spice latte, fuck drink, whatever. Comment on it. Dude, it's fucking great. You know how much easier it is to fucking go and do a collab with a local business when you've actually engaged on 7 other posts in the last month, instead of you just kind of cold walking in like, hey, you got people, I want people, can we do something together? That's what you guys sound like when you walk in there. Like when you want to collab with local businesses, you're like, you got an audience, I want more audience, let's do this. Just actually like engage a little. And if you just go on your business Instagram and just do this during the week while you're taking a shit, I promise you, there's so much productivity to be found there. Standing appointments. So, does anyone here get derailed with productivity because they have random meetings throughout the week, just like unplanned random meetings? Here's the thing though, when you really look at the people you're having the meetings with, they're generally the same people. It's not like we have an abundance of, we don't have 20 people on our staff, right? Have standing appointments. And if there's nothing to talk about, cancel it. But if there is, you don't need to have a meeting on Tuesday. Why? Because you have a standing appointment on Friday to talk about it. Have a standing appointment. It's every week, same time. Now, when a fire pops up and you need to talk, save it for the meeting. I promise you, there's very few fires that need to be talked about right then and there. Standing appointments with key members of your staff will eliminate the need for these random throughout the day appointments. No is a complete sentence. Hey, Stu, you got 5? Nope. I don't have to tell you why. Now, if you don't want to be a dick about it, right? If you don't want to be Kirk, there's some ways I've got to soften this because not everyone is comfortable with just telling someone no with no reason. So generally we go ahead and we say like, oh, dude, I'd love to, I wish I could meet you for a coffee and hear about your new business, but I have X, Y, or Z, right? So don't do that, because as soon as you say, I'd like to, but it eliminates everything before that. No, I love you so much, but, right? But's just, it fucks it up. Instead, say no immediately. Drop the hammer first. Like, listen, I'd love to, right? Right? No, I can't. Like to, but I can't. I really wish you the best luck with that. You got a new business idea, I wish you nothing but the best. You can give them a reason if you want. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend you justifying the no. Because if you do that, you just start bullshitting. Because eventually you're going to say no to someone and you really have no reason why you can't do it except that you don't want to. And that's okay. You don't have to take that. Member comes in, hey, you got 10 minutes? Like, fucking no, god damn it. Yeah, sure, come on in. No, I don't. Does that make it feel really weird to say no like that? Like, it's like a member comes into your office, hey, you got 10 minutes? And if you didn't say, and you said no, how would that make you feel? That like really makes you feel icky inside? I'd say if it didn't, you're probably in the wrong industry. Because my guess is you probably go to the latter. Hey, I don't right now. But what are you doing after class? I'm in the middle of something, but can we talk right after class? Can I call you later today? Because again, I do believe most of us got into this industry because we like people. We like other human beings. We like helping people. So the whole no is in a complete sense. You don't have to be a complete dick about it, but it is, you saying yes is one of the other reasons you are less productive than you are. Creating an unfuckwithable environment. Who here has an office at the gym? Is that a unfuckwithable environment or no? Yeah, Zach's like shaking his head instantly like, no. Like I had an office at the gym too. Dumbest idea ever. I should have turned it into something else. Like having an office at the gym was not conducive. I never got shit done, right? So I would go to a coffee shop or I would go somewhere else. I'd go back to my house where there's nobody to interrupt me. If you have to get work done, you have to create this unfuckwithable environment. Now, I'll be honest. I think I cannot work in a coffee shop. The fucking noise, and like there's just so much shit happening, and I know people, and then they see my face, and they talk to me, and I have to do that. Like it's not a good environment for me. I literally lock myself in my studio. That's where I work. Nobody can fuck with me there. I have literally walls. Nobody can get in. Highly recommend you create something like this when you have to sit down and get some things done. And so John Briggs, he owns a tax firm called Inside Tax. They're really big in the fitness industry. Good colleague of mine. He has this 3.3 rule, and I love it. I think it's great. So when you're going down for let's actually do this. What's like deep work? Who's got like a deep work project? They got to sit down and just get shit done. It's going to take an hour or so. Like, I got to get this thing done. What's that?
Revamping all of our sales funnel.
Okay. Who else?
Apparently that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a big fan of like this thing. Like, I'm going to sit down for 4 hours to hammer. No, you're not. 4 hours? Shut the fuck up. There's no way to, no, like, be realistic. Like, give yourself 90 minutes, 60 minutes. And then like this, like 30% of however long you worked, come up for air, go for a walk, right? Fucking do whatever it is you do socially, like just get some come up for air. But this idea of like, I'm going to block out 6 hours today to work on this. Shut the fuck up. That's it. Small little chunks, get it done. It doesn't have to get done today. There's also nothing. There's not one thing minus like tax time and stuff like that that has to get done today. It's the other thing too. We create this crazy sense of urgency on stuff. We talk about adjusting time horizons. Not every crisis matters right now. And this maker manager daily split. I was reading on this. This is interesting. This is like, who's here more creative and like their brain works better first thing in the morning? Raise your hand if that's you. Cool. If that's you, do that in the morning. The shit that requires creativity, like if you're like, hey, I want to write 10 new pieces of copy for our social media. And if your brain works better first thing in the morning, then maybe you should do that first thing in the morning. Don't be like, I'll do it at 2 o'clock. And your brain's dog shit at 2 o'clock. You just said, like, I do my best creative work in the morning. So if you're a maker, you have to do creative stuff. And that's you. Other people are like, no, I'm actually really creative after a workout, after a couple cups of coffee, midday. Just know yourself and break yourself into those little silos, those categories, and put that work there. It's not complicated stuff. That's it on my slides. So that's all I got. Questions, comments, concerns?
Peace.
Fucking A. Thanks, guys.